Stevie J's penthouse apartment might have been nice at one point in time, classic even. But now, it's filled with neon tube lighting, broken down furniture, piles of rubbish, and crates containing who knows what. Still, compared to the rest of what you've seen, it's positively palatial. The only thing marring the penthouse's pseudo-luxury is a woman's cry of pain in the distance, followed by laughter. Someone being tortured for another's pleasure. You step deeper into the apartment. Huffing and puffing, you reach the top of the stairs. Looks like Stevie J doesn't use them much, if at all. Okay, I took a little break during the loading screen there. What am I doing? Right, I'm rescuing Coyote. Okay. Now you can see that we're in tactical time here, which means that we're already in a fight. So we're going to move up slowly and carefully. There's no cover here to speak of. Need to try to keep Meat Hook out in front. I just don't have a lot of faith in Paco, you know? I forget, can I Overwatch in this version? Maybe later I can. Oh, okay, we've been spotted. Alright, let's get over here behind full cover. They should start coming to us pretty soon. Oh, we can go to them. Wonderful. Thistle. That's going to be an elf and probably a magician. Yep, look at that. Ooh, aim plus 12. Okay, a raspy manic voice booms over the penthouse PA system. You really think you can come in here and shoot up my place? Do you know who I am? Yeah, I know who you are. You're the guy I'm gonna kill. There's no need to reason with this individual. Okay, we are going to have Meat Hook just get right up in their faces, where he belongs. That is the biggest machete I've ever seen. Okay, Paco. Oh, what have I done? I palmed my touchpad by mistake. That, okay, it's fine. Ow. Nope, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Oh, I see hellhounds. Okay, I'm gonna have Meat Hook get up into the mage here. Not doing as much damage as I would like. Paco, do me a favor. The room beyond the bars is a stinking jumble of burned flesh and dog flop. An enormous hellhound, its fur streaked with whip marks, growls low. The eyes of a second hellhound burn menacingly in the corner. Let's shove the zebra meat through the bars and see if we can get them on our side. The hellhounds devour the zebra meat in a few massive bites, and they let out a contented growl. Open the door. Ahem. Well, this is going to be fun. I'm going to get out of their way real quick here. Just, here's good. Oh. They're healing themselves. I don't care for that. Should have had Meat Hook throw a grenade. You know what, at this range he kind of can't miss. It takes 2 actions to throw a grenade. Fantastic. Get back in there. 5 damage. Burst fire, please. He's gonna hit Meat Hook. Where are those hellhounds? Okay, we're not doing so hot here. Them hellhounds gonna help us or what? I need Meat Hook on the other side of this individual here. Okay, he's gonna go down if I don't do something. Okay, first of all, heal. Second, I can't change my attack option. Okay, that's fine. Should I just have him leave? Maybe I'll just have him leave. I see a hellhound. Is the hellhound going to do anything? Okay, well, Paco's actually kind of, Paco's coming through for us here. Nope, you leave me alone. You leave me alone. Oh, that's Stevie. We should absolutely be cutting your head off right now. Yes, there we go. Okay. 59%. 69 on the mage. Take out Stevie. Yeah, that might have been the wrong move. There we go. Okay, Meathook's down. Is that it? That's the end of combat? Okay, that's mission failed. You are dead. We are going to try that again. That's okay, you know, failure is normal. We do have some karma to spend. We got 5 points. Let's see what we can do to improve our chances here. Maybe we just increase our strength. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's throwing weapons. We do have 1 point in throwing weapons. Alright. Our health is currently full, so there's no need to use a med kit yet. We know where they are. Let's just run on up to them. And I think this time... I'm going to have Paco come over here. And Meathook's going to come over here and just stand by. And I'm going to have Paco drop some shots on their mage. Nice! Okay, this is already going better. Okay, we're going to make them come to us. There we go. Yep, you're the guy I'm going to kill. Awesome. Go to it, Meathook. Ooh, okay. See, if we just get some decent hits, then it's not a problem. Oh, he's stunned. Nice. Heck yeah. Wait, where's the third guy? But, no! I can't! And with a bloody gurgle, Stevie J is no more. That's what you get, my friend. That is what you get. Okay, we're still in combat, though. Yoink. Stevie J's passcodes. Yeah, okay. Where's the third guy? Where's the third guy? Is there any reason for us to be in combat rounds right now? I feel like there isn't. Let's do the Hellhound thing again. Let's see what's in here. Ah. We found an enemy. Go get them, Meathook. Good man. Is there not one more guy here somewhere? Well, anyway, get in here, Paco. You missed at that range. Here's a pro tip for those of you watching. Within arm's reach, knife beats gun. There we go. Let's talk to Coyote. Coyote is badly injured, but she's managing to hold it together. Are you, Coyote? No time to talk. Coyote kneels and picks up the fallen guard's shotgun. It's time to finish this. I already killed Stevie. But I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, the Hellhounds are going to leave us alone. They're also not going to help us. So that is less than ideal. Where's the other guy? There. Oh, there he is. We found him. Okay. She's only got one action. We'll just have her move up a little bit. Get Meathook in position here so he can run up on that guy on the next round. Paco. Anyone for Paco to take cover? Not really. There's nobody over here, though. Is that guy just not going to move? Okay, go get him, I guess. $57 to hit. Can I get him? Here we go. Nope, didn't change anything, but okay, there we go. We'll just zero the guy. That'll work too. Alright, about time you got here, Paco. Who's your friend? I'm Meathook. I'm here to rescue you. Yeah? And who said I needed rescuing? Guess it turns out I did, though. Thanks. Yeah, that's right. You be grateful. You be grateful to Meathook. Look at this man. Look at this amazing man in his incredible shirt. Coyote, we need to get you back to the Union. Mrs. Kubota has that med lab in the basement. No. Coyote speaks through gritted teeth. No. I need to finish the other thing I came here for. These geese. I need to find something for Mr. Delilah first. A stash of gems. Interesting. Okay, if the geese... Okay. Delilah? I thought you said you'd never do another deal with that man. Look, Paco, I needed an excuse to come back here and settle some debts. Figured I might as well get paid for it. Her voice is strong still, but her body's beginning to shake. I am going to tell Paco to get her out of here while I loot the joint. Coyote looks like she's about to argue, but says nothing. That's right. That's right. You do as you're told. You do as you're told by Meat Hook. Come on, Coyote. Let's go. Alright, we're out of combat rounds now, thank goodness. These games have a tendency to keep you in combat time unnecessarily. Okay, that's not the right area. Let's go here. Oops! I have no more zebra meat. That's okay, it's one hellhound, we should be able to take it. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Where were those rolls the first time we tried this combat? Well, we got it. Found the gems, just here in the dryer washer, one of them. Let's see what else is up here. Probably not much. There's nothing in this store. Oh, no, spoke too soon. Cool, an advanced med kit. We're going to swap that for this. Old junk. And some loose new yen. Good, 25 bucks. That's nothing. Purge the metahumans. Well, that's not very nice. You know, I resemble that remark. Let's go downstairs. Or directly back to the Seamstresses Union, I guess that's fine too. Despite Coyote's clear desire to stand on her own 2 feet, Paco needs to help her through the door into the Seamstresses Union. Heads raised and the front room of the bar falls strangely silent. Paco stands by her side now, not speaking, his dark eyes flat with fury. Coyote presses a rag to her clawed-up face. She winces but manages to keep control as she breathes in slow, deep breaths to manage the pain. Taking a closer look, you see her arm isn't much more than shreds of meat and a broken bone held together by tendons and burned skin. It'll be a miracle if she still has it by the end of the night. She is getting herself a cyber arm, is what's going to happen there. And here we are. Mrs. Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walks in, I'm assuming that's supposed to say. Oh, walk carries. I can't read. Let me start over. Mrs. Kubota is tending bar herself when Paco walk carries the mangled and bleeding Coyote into the Union. As soon as the boss lady lays eyes on her missing bartender, the place gets quiet. Fast. By the time she rounds the bar to meet you, Coyote is the color of wet spackle, and there's something new in her eye. Fear. This woman has faced down hellhounds, but the sight of Mrs. Kubota has her staring at the floor and mumbling. She didn't face them down, she got mauled by them. Woman, how dare you miss 2 shifts and then come back and bleed on my floor? I'm sorry, Mrs. Kubota. I had a run that went bad. Man, look at her face. Can we fix that first? Soka, I can see that. Your arm is a mess. Was this your crusade again? Do not answer. It will only upset me further. You caused me to worry about you, Coyote, and that distracted me from my business. Oh, Coyote's going in the meat grinder. Hi, Mrs. Kubota. My apologies again. Cherry, take her downstairs to Dr. Castle. You got a doctor in the basement and you didn't tell me? Tell Castle to put something new and shiny where that arm used to be. Yeah, there we go, a little cyberware. She's going to want the arm saved, but, you know, Chrome's not... Yeah, Mrs. Kubota, I can't afford a cyber arm. Yeah, well, what are you going to do, walk around with the bloody stump? I am aware of your financial situation. When you are healed, we will discuss the concept of giri, the debt of honor. Now go, bleed elsewhere. Pragmatic woman. Yes, ma'am. That's the only thing you can say to somebody like Mrs. Kubota. Oh. What is happening. Okay. Ahem. Her anger at Coyote's rashness slowly washes from her eyes and is replaced by tears. She sniffs, wipes them away, and inclines her head to you. Domo arigato, Meathook. That girl is precious to me. It is not often that we see acts like these in the Barrens. You have performed a great service for my little family, and I welcome you into my home. Consider it yours, while your work keeps you here. But we both know that words are mere air. Beyond my thanks, I offer you this remuneration. Remuneration! Please take it as a show of respect. We will be polite with Mrs. Kubota. I am honored, Mrs. Kubota. Thank you. You are most welcome, and I offer more than simple lodging. You will find that there is more to the Union than meets the eye. Like the arms dealer and the drug dealer and that troll behind the bar. Below us is a small facility available exclusively for discriminating independent operatives like yourself. In it, you will find vendors selling the best gear the black market has to offer, a fully equipped cyberdock, and a secure place to rest when the dreck hits the fan, as they say. My, you are quite the entrepreneur. Indeed. Normally, I require a percentage of the runner's income for the use of this facility, but as I said, you are family now. Consider it on the house. That is incredibly convenient. To gain entrance, play GAFFC on the piano. Any particular octave? Paco is still following me. Can I talk to her anymore? Oh yeah. Let's see, what do we got here? Is Mr. Delilah here tonight? Yes, Mr. Delilah in the back bar. That's usually where he does business. Fantastic. We'll go have words with Mr. Delilah in a minute. You mentioned Coyote's crusade. What is it? Coyote grew up in the Royale, but managed to escape that life. However, her cousin was apparently not so lucky. He came to town about a year ago and fell in with the wrong circle. He was introduced to sim chips and became addicted to BTLs. Coyote has been tearing her way through chip houses for months now, searching for him and acting as a one-woman cleanup crew. Yeah, best of luck. He's already been chopped up and sold for parts. Girl, I'm sorry. If you don't mind, how did you get involved in all this? I am a former runner. Now I provide a safe haven and a marketplace for runners who need a trustworthy place to congregate and do business. What kind of runner do you suppose she is? We might assume a face. She could be a mage. I doubt she's a samurai. It's not impossible, just unlikely. Are there any Johnsons or Fixers here tonight? In addition to Mr. Delilah, you may wish to speak to Van Gross. He is often stage-side. Van Gross is most often a receiver of found articles, but he occasionally has work. Well, I'll be going now. Okay, so we can pick up some jobs. There's the guy. Stage-side. It's a static holographic image of an elf selling nerps. Oh, that apparently is a stage. It's got a raised bar around it. That's going to make it hard to play. I would think. I would feel too confined. There's really no room for a band. But anyway, Van Gross. Okay. Van Gross is busy talking on his comm link, checking his heads-up display and motioning to a runner standing nearby, all at the same time. He's an intense little man. They prefer to be called dwarves. You get the sense that he likes to look busy. He's a manager. I'm Van Gross. Make it quick. Biz is good. Talk to me. Mrs. Kubota said you're a fixer. He still hasn't looked at you. He's going a mile a minute. Nothing for you tonight, sorry. I'm doing a thing right now. Important thing. Talk to you later. Oh, hey guy, one more thing. I'm not your guy, buddy. He covers his comm link for a moment, tilts his head your way, but you can see he's still staring at his HUD. I'm a fence, too. If you got anything you need to unload, come see me. Cool, will do, will do. Gee, I wonder if we're going to find anything in our next run. Looking for a date? Not with you. Let's see. You have anything for us, Johnny? Johnny! Okay, Johnny leans on his seemingly brand new mop and surveying the crowd at the Union. This could have used one more pass on the script. Alright. Hey, Johnny, I'm looking for where Cherry took Coyote. Piano's a little out of tune. Check it out. Yeah, okay. Well, we already knew that, though. You. Clue. The hulking troll bouncer in the immaculate suit stands as impassively as ever. The absence of dust on his broad shoulders is the only real indication that the man ever moves. He nods to you when you approach. Evening. I see Coyote is back, looking only a little worse for wear. We have you to thank for that? Yeah, Paco and I tracked her down. Always wondered what she saw in him, but I guess he ain't all bad. I'm just glad she's back. Yeah, he's not completely terrible. Couldn't stomach losing anyone else so soon after what happened to Sam. You're just a big old sheepdog, aren't you? You feel protective over the people here. Immensely. Toward anyone who walks through that door, be they employee or patron, unless they mean ill will, of course. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? That's actually a statement. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Haven't minded so far. Have you heard anything else about Sam's death? Well, people are saying it was the Ripper, but people say a lot of things about what they don't know, or what they don't understand. Too true, my friend. Too true. Do you know where I can find a fence? Yeah, there's one behind me. Yeah, Von Gross. Okay. How long have you been working for Mrs. Coyote? I crawled in here after I awoke. After he goblinized, right? He was probably in adolescence. One day, his body starts to change in a big way. Next thing he knows, he's a troll. Goblinization. Alright. Do you have to pay extra? Mrs. Kubota took me in and gave me a job. Do you have to pay extra for a manicure on hands that big? I am going to ask that question. It's not the size they charge more for, it's the blood under the fingernails. Yeah, there we go. Good man. I should be going. Alright, downstairs. Alright, so we have a few options here. Let's just look at it. Piano seems normal until you notice that it is very rigid. Upon further investigation, it's because the piano is bolted to the wall. Not unreasonable. A close look at the floor reveals skid marks, indicating that the piano slides to the left. We will play chopsticks on the piano. You're a natural. You should give up shadowrunning and become a touring pianist. Johnny does not look impressed. Well, Johnny can get wrecked. Play the tune. As you slowly peck the notes out on the keyboard, they spark a faint memory of wonder, immediately forgotten as the entire piano slides to the left, revealing a hidden staircase. You descend the stairs into the Union safe house. Do we? There we go. The entrepreneurial Mrs. Kubota has combined everything a runner might need into a one-stop shopping experience. Black market equipment, high-end magical talismans, and a fully stocked cyber surgery dealership. I was not done reading yet, thank you very much. Let's see. Looks like we can't do business with anyone yet. This is our stash, I think. Yes, okay. There's Coyote. Okay, here are all of the vendors. We'll go ahead and deal with Coyote first. Hello, Dr. Castle. Sure, I'll go stand behind her before talking to her, I guess. That's fine. Make it quick. I need to operate. What is that thing on your shoulder? Are you a mage? Look, there's her arm. Thanks for helping me out back there. Looks like you could use a hand. Tell me about the night Sam Watts died. Sam's dead? Do you really think this is the time? Yes, I do, actually, Paco. She's not going anywhere. How did he die? This is going to have to wait. This woman needs surgery now. Fine, I'll get out of here. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to go sit in the waiting area. Watch some Trivid or something. This young lady and I have work to do. Mrs. Kubota never said what kind of cyber arm she'd pay for. Got one with a laser inside? Yeah, they have lasers. They're not amazing. You'll take what I give you, lady. Now let's have a look at your face. Leave it. No, you stitch that up right now before it gets infected. Excuse me? Coyote. I earned this face by being stupid. I'm gonna keep it. End story. Whatever you say, kid, although it looks like she could use a replacement eye, too. With one swift move, she sinks the syringe into Coyote's thigh. Nighty-night. Wonderful. Dig the soundtrack, man. And just like that, she's done. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. And it looks like her eye's been fixed too. But now that the adrenaline is worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, I'm almost good as new. Better, really. Nice arm. Coyote looks genuinely sad. Look, about Sam. Yeah? I can't say I'm surprised he's dead. Sam was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Well, I need to hydrate first. I'm out of coffee. I'm down to drinking water. Like some kind of fish person. Alright. Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seems to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Did you guys jam? Whoa. Oh. I thought he meant like in a music sense. Okay. She smiles at Paco. Easy to love her. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry, he's gone. I was not asking the question I thought I was. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd, as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Oh, you mean Jake Armitage? Yeah, you know him? Oh, I met him. He's a charmer, too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing him back, but good. Eventually he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what, and Mrs. Kubota wanted him ejected. Mr. Clue wasn't around, can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out the back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. He said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard Sam Drek. How he grew up rich and didn't deserve this. How he hated his mother. How he loved his mother. It was pretty pathetic stuff. Alright. Did Sam Watts have any enemies? I feel like this is an unnecessary question. She thinks. Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. But no, I don't think he had any enemies. At least, none that I'm aware of. Alright, where did he live? On the streets, mostly. Kel Surprise. He'd occasionally convince someone to let him flop on their couch, but he'd always overstay his welcome and get kicked out after a few days. Sometimes, I'd sneak him down here so he could crash on one of the bunks. He used one the night before I saw him last. Well, how bad was his drinking? Now, this is a silly question because we had to ask Sam ourselves in the flashback if he got drunk before the run. But anyway, if it was just the drinking, it would have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro. Whatever he could get his hands on. Wouldn't know anything about that. It wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. That's how drug addiction works. Yes, good job. Sam was sick? Dying, didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. You could just look at him and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. Looked good, even. Did he say how he got better? He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Well, thanks, Coyote. Wonder who his mom is. Now I need you two to do something for me. What do you need, babe? Alright, settle down, Paco. I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah for me about the Royale run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run at it when I recover. I have the gems! I have the gems. But yeah, fine. Okay, let's go take a look around here. Yeah, okay, optional, deliver the stones. I guess I could also probably sell them to Von Gross? I don't know. Anyway, in Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often used quite liberally to describe any sawbones with a needle and thread, but in the case of the Union's resident medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanic fetishes. This is sixth world medicine of the highest caliber. A fetish in this case is a tool that you use to assist magic. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely, if not for the sprightly spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge your approach. So that's got to be a bound spirit, then. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. Let's see... Mill Sheen, now fixing up her arm. That was a piece of work. Surprisingly routine, as it so happens. Can you do me now? She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service medbay under a dive bar in a slum. Don't be. This is a Shadowrunner bar, after all. For a purveyor of cyberware and trauma kits, there is no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as Dockwagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? We are going to ask about her spirit. What's that on your shoulder? This little guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing their recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but the results speak for themselves. Alright, let's look at the cyberware options. Alright. Not a lot we can get right now, not a ton that we can use. Eventually we'll want a data jack so we can use smart link weapons. Let's get out of here for now. Right now, I think it's probably worth it to upgrade our regular gear. We don't have to worry about upgrading Paco, just ourselves. Algernon, he's not going to be too useful to us, but we'll talk to him anyway. Past the bar, the edges of the safe house become somewhat indistinct due to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm, his mind wandering the far horizons of astral space while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young orc, and welcome to this humble home that we call the Union. I am Algernon Halfdream. To ease your way through the Sixth World, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells, and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Well, we can't use any of his stuff, so not my thing. Now, David Fry might have something for us. No, he sells to riggers and deckers, I think. Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bits storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware or software that exists, and if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer, or any gear you need? Anything gear you need? Yeah, we don't need to talk to this guy. If you're not hip to the lingo, deckers are hackers and riggers drive cars with their brains. Oh, here he is. I'm being rude. Let me also introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend, Johnny Clean. While in the same overalls that you saw him in upstairs, down here leaning over a workbench crammed with circuit boards, cables, and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and invisible as the most infamous deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be of help if I can be. Why are you dressed as a janitor? Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do, except for the fact where you're immaculately clean, Johnny. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and out of systems so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the Matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of part of me. Is it true that you were part of the Echo Mirage team? He can't tell us that. Let me take this one. Listen, I've known the guy for over a decade, and he's been smart enough not to tell me. So he is sure not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, best to let the subject drop. Echo Mirage was a, oh boy. My mind is going completely blank right now. Editing me, throw up the thing. Let's talk to Gruberman. This is the guy we want. Oh my goodness, his teeth. Theodore Buster Gruberman is a well-groomed orc dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obvious enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. I like this guy. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers, calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Gruberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammunition, or ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help you? Show me what you got. Okay, we're currently packing the Beretta 70. The Uzi 3 is the next step up. We cannot get the next level of hand weapon, but we can definitely afford the Uzi. It's got a smaller capacity, but that is not actually a problem. Confirm. Switch out the Beretta for the Uzi. Fantastic. Confirm. Now, we should be able to sell... There we are. Sell these. Keep everything else. Alright. That'll do for now. Do we need to talk to Mersman? Let's talk to Mersman. I said let's talk to Mersman. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not that you look bad now or anything, but each one will help to keep you on the right side of the ground. Take a look. Now, I'm happy with what we got on right now. We could grab Secure Ninja Clothing for +1 dodge, or Alley Punk for HP +3, but we're going to stick with this wonderful Aloha shirt that we've got on right now. Alright. What is this? Let's go upstairs and finish our job here. Where is Delilah? There's Delilah. Paco's already talking to him. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough. I'm pretty sure this guy was also a Kickstarter backer. With an untraceable shoddy on his back. Don't call it a shoddy. That is cringy. And a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones, smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Are you Delilah? Yeah, what's it to you? Can't you see I'm busy here? I'll shoot you. I'll stab you. We've come to conclude your business with Coyote. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Good, because I was about to bounce his head off the table. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? Let's see. She's downstairs in the med bay. Got her arm torn off on the job. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So who are you two? Meat Hook. He's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me my stones. Not entirely sure what the best option here is. Give him all the stones, hold back the best stone and give him the rest. We will hold back the pebble with the runes on it. That's not going to do us any good. We'll just give him everything. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope on his eye. Moving quickly through what appear to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he finds what appears to be an ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late. And Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the rest of the gems as your reward. Yeah, deal, whatever. We'll just rob him outside. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Please stop, sir. Listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave, and then I chopped his hand off with my machete. Looks like you impressed him. I no offense for those gems, Van Goss. Follow me. Yeah, I've already talked to him. But yeah, cool. You lead on, Paco. You go ahead and lead this one. No, Van Gross. That's what I thought. One more pass for typos, gang. Alright. We have some pretty things to sell. You'll want to see them. I have a fondness for pretty things. There we go. Here the servos in Van Gross's cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this dreck? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for them. Let's see. Do I? Hang on, I'll think about it. Let's look at our... Yeah, we got 9 karma. Okay. We'll just come down here. There we go. Confirm. Get rid of this. Talk to him again. Ready to unload those stones? Yes. Oh. I don't get a second chance to threaten him. Well, that's fine. We wanted to upgrade our strength anyway. Alright. We got 1,000 extra new yen. That's fine. What can we spend our last 3 karma on? Can I raise my dodge? Not right now. Oh, here we go. We'll go ahead and pommel strike. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this will raise our critical chance. Cool. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Okay. What objectives do we have right now? Investigate Sam's bunk. Cool. Now that we've gotten paid, back to the mission. We're so green. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillow, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Let's look at the image. The picture is of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock on the edge of a lake. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulders and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Sounds like they're siblings. Check the back. Written in a woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica, Lake Sammamish State Park, Summer 2040. Neat. We'll take that. We've heard mention of Jessica. I have already forgotten who she is. Coyote! You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch with me? Did Sam have a sister? Her brow furrows. Yeah, I think he did. We didn't even respond to her invitation to watch sports. She's like, hey, you want to hang out? And we're like, hang on, business. We were not good at making friends. He mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along that well. Ooh, your com-link chips in the screen shows the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. We've met this man once for like 2 minutes. Alright. Are all cops on the take as happy as you? Yeah, we have our own clubhouse and everything. As per our discussion. You don't need to say as per, either as or per would be fine. Anyway, I'm informing you of another Ripper murder. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on my tab. Are you there now? Better get here quick, before McCluskey arrives. McCluskey! The image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Ripper murder? Where? The docks. I've got to go. Okay, listen. I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks, and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister, Jessica. She might be able to help us. We could just tell her to blow off, but I don't think we'll do that. See you when I get back. We're not friends, we're co-workers. Alright, I guess I don't need any more cash right now, so we will... Let me take a look at the cyberware again. Okay, this does track essence. Alright. Well, as technology's cyber legs give us 8 HP and 1 quickness, but that's almost all of our money. So let's... We can blow 750 on a 3% hit chance. That's probably fine. Cyber Eye's a good thing to have. There we go. Ah, here we go. Cyberware causes essence loss. This affects the magic rating of your character, but magic doesn't matter to us. That's it. You cannot have less than one essence. We can stuff ourselves. We can become a cyber zombie. Alright, topside. Let's go to the docks. Does Paco want to come with? Paco's not doing nothing. Where's the drug dealer? Suspicious. Let's get out of here. Go to the docks.